Alright, this is lesson 67. We're going to factor with multiple methods. Okay, I've taught you how to do GCF, I taught you Xbox, and I taught you difference of squares. So now we're going to combine things, but if we can, in order, right? Ever play a video game and you're like, combo? Who's ever done that?
Oh, yeah.
Raise your hand if you have an example of that. I used to play Street Fighter 2 all the time. That was my game growing up. And if you could do the this one that Ken and Ryu did, oh, you can, right? And then you know what I'm talking about. So that's a different one. So sometimes you could do a combo, and you're like, okay, I'm going to combine by doing a high kick or a jumping kick, and then I'm going to do a low kick, and then when they stand up, I'm going to do one of those all-you-can things, but I'm going to do tap right, tap down, tap, rolling up right, and bam, and you got this like awesome like combo, like 6-hit combo, and you're like, yes, and you take out your opponent, right? And you keep doing that until you can't do that anymore. And sometimes they block you, and you can't do a certain kick, or you can't do a certain attack, right? So the same way with math, okay, we're going to be factoring stuff, and we're going to try to do certain plays, and sometimes we're going to combine all the things together. Sometimes you could do only one thing, like GCF only. Sometimes you could do GCF or Xbox. Sometimes you can't do either and just do difference of squares. And sometimes you could do all three, or sometimes you could do a combination. It all depends, okay? So this is the order of how it goes. All right, so here are the steps for today. Again, we're going to check to see if we have a GCF first, then Xbox, then difference of squares. What's first? Then we're going to check for what? And then we're going to check for what? Okay, it's always in that order, okay? Did y'all get that? Okay, so here we go. Here's number one. So on number one, now it's going to get harder. It says factor, but we want to ask ourselves, first, is there a GCF I could take out? Okay, on number one, I'm noticing all three terms are even, so all of them could be divided by 2. Or they could also be divided by 4, right? I know that if I were to take out 4 from each of these, I could find new factors, right? So I'm going to factor out a 4 first. The 4 is the GCF. So we got 4 times x squared, okay? 24x divided by 4 is positive 6x. And then we got 32 divided by 4 is positive 8. Okay, that's the first step. So I just took out a GCF. Then I'm going to ask myself, can I use Xbox or difference of squares? Or Xbox? Yeah, I can, okay? So this is definitely not difference of squares, right? Do you all agree that it's not difference of squares? Yeah, because the B is 6, so we know A here is 1, B is 6, C is 8. Okay? So we're going to do an Xbox really quick. And we know A is 1, so 1 and 1. 8 times C is 8. B is 6. What times what is equal to 8 but adds up to 6? 2 and 4, right? Would you all agree? So we're gonna box our boxes, so 1/2 and 1/4. We can't simplify. So I'm gonna bring down the GCF that I originally had. So it's gonna be 4. We're gonna go open parentheses, close parentheses twice. We said it's 1x plus 2, and then x plus 4. And that's your answer. We can't do anything else. Can we do difference of squares? Nope, we're all done. We can't factor anymore. So I just factored out the GCF first, then I try to do Xbox, and we're all done. Okay, does that make sense? Let's try number 2 now. Number 2. Again, I'm noticing that all these numbers here, we got 4p squared, negative 4p, and they're all divisible by 4, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is factor out a 4. So open parentheses, I'm going to ask myself, 4p squared divided by 4 is p squared. Negative 44p divided by 4 is negative 11p. 120 divided by 4 is 30. Positive 30, right? Okay. Can I do x blocks on here? Yeah. A is equal to 1. B is equal to negative 11. C is equal to 30. Okay. So I'm going to do an x box on this with these values. So you got 1 and 1. 1 times 30 is 30. And then B is negative 11. So we're going to ask ourselves, what times what is equal to positive 30 but adds up to negative 11? So I know I'm going to use a negative times a negative, right? So thinking negative 30 or times negative 1 doesn't work. Negative 3 times negative 10 doesn't work. But negative 5 times negative 6 works, right? So I'm going to box these. Can I simplify my fractions? Nope. So I'm going to bring down my original GCF of 4. I can't forget that. So you got 4. Open parentheses. We're going to do 2 sets of parentheses before we input our values. So we got x minus 5. Or I'm sorry, p minus 5 this time. And then p minus 6. I can't do difference of squares, so I'm all done here. That's number 2. Does that make sense? Combo, right? We just took out our math problem. You win. Just say your name. Say your name. You win. Wins. Okay. Okay. No. All right, let's do number 3 together. Number 3. So write this down, please, in your notes. We're going to do this one together. Okay, so what are you noticing about the 3 terms? Let's do step 1. Can a GCF be factored out of all 3 terms?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Which number do you think could be factored out? 2, right? So let's start with 2. Okay, 2x squared divided by 2 is? X squared. Good. Negative 2x divided by 2 is? Negative x. Or negative 1x, right? Negative 24 divided by 2 is?
Negative 12.
Negative 12, okay. Good. We did step 1. Step 2, if you could use x box, use it, right? Can we do x box on this part now? Yeah, what is A equal to?
1.
B?
1.
Nope.
12.
Nope.
Negative 1.
Negative 1, good. C? Negative. Okay, so we're going to do an x box now. Putting in our A is 1, B is negative 1, A times C is negative 12. Okay, what times what is going to be equal to negative 12, but adds up to negative 1? Negative 4 times positive 3, right? So now we want to bring down the 2. Bring down your GCF. So you're going to be writing 2 times the quantity of x minus 4 times the quantity of x plus 3. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And we're all done. Good? Okay. Number 4. I'll start you off and then you're going to finish this one. Number 4. What do you notice about this one? Can we take out a GCF?
Yeah.
What's the GCF we could take out?
3.
Good. Okay, so let's start this off. 3n squared divided by 3 is? Okay, next one. 27n positive 9n. Not squared. Okay, 60 divided by 3 is? 20. Okay, I want you to finish up this problem. I'll come around and check your work in about a minute. Go. Following should be 3 times the quantity of n plus 4 times n plus 5, right? You all agree? Good. All right. Just do a couple more. Okay. Number 5. How many terms do we have up here? 2. Okay. Can we factor anything out? A GCF out of any of these?
No. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we can. What can we? A 4. Okay, so take out a 4, open parentheses. We have 4x squared divided by 4 is?
1x squared.
1x squared or just x squared? Good. Negative 16 divided by 4 is? Negative 4, okay. Now looking up here, can we do Xbox on this?
No.
You could, but what do you notice you should do instead?
Difference of squares.
Difference of squares. Is there a b? No, b is equal to 0, so and is there a minus sign? Yes, and are they both perfect squares?
Yes.
Good, so then we should have 4 times the quantity of, what times what? What's the square root of x squared from yesterday? X, so we're going to put x and x. Okay, and then square root of 4 is? What's the square root of 4?
1. Oh, there's not.
2. And then we're going to put a plus sign and then a minus sign. That's it, you're done. You see how fast that was?
Yep.
Cupcakes, right?
I like
My favorite cookie was I had cookies. Oh, what's that?
If you're going to talk about cupcakes, you're going to have to bring some for us to eat, especially me. Okay?
I'll bring you one.
Okay, that works well. And it's recorded. Like the video if you like cupcakes. Alright, here we go.
I'll subscribe.
They're really good too.
Are they really good? They're not gross?
No, they're like half strawberry and half vanilla.
Mm.
And then my mom made buttercream for it.
Oh, well.
So, yeah.
Thank you. You don't have to bring me one, but if you want to, I wouldn't mind trying it. As long as you don't poison me.
That's messed up.
No, I'm just playing. You don't have to bring me anything. Here we go.
Best teacher.
What?
I was like, why would you want to kill Mr. Reed? He's the best teacher.
Oh, that's so nice. Like the video if you think I'm the best teacher.
Oh,
Dislikes. Okay.
Well, you just said like for cupcakes, so.
and
I'm just trying to get more likes. Okay. Last one, number 6. Shh. Number 6. Here we go. What do you notice about number 6?
There's 3.
Okay, 3. But can I factor anything out? Yeah, you could factor out at least a 2, and I think you could factor out a 4. Okay, so here we go. Take out a 4. 4n squared divided by 4 is?
4
and squared.
N squared, right? Okay, continuing. Hey, I need you to focus. We're almost done. 12n divided by 4 is? 3n. Okay, negative 72 divided by 4 is?
Negative.
Negative 18, right? That sounds right. Because 4 times 20 is 80, and 72 is 8 less. So, okay. Can we do difference of squares? Can we try Xbox?
Yeah.
Let's try Xbox. Here we go. So we're going to put our Xbox down, like so, and putting our numbers in. 1, 1. 8 times c is negative 18, adds up to positive 3. Okay, what times what is going to be equal to negative 18 but adds up to positive 3? Nope. Positive 6 and... Good. Finish up the problem. I'll come and check your work in 30 seconds. Go. I'm getting hungry. Here we go. So, got positive 6 and negative 3. Right? Because we know positive 6 minus 3 is positive 3, right? That's what we need. So now we're going to take the 4, the GCF we got a 4, and we're going to write down 2 sets of parentheses like we've been doing. And we have n plus 6. Good, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, anyways. That concludes this lesson. So turn to your neighbor, explain these questions.